Good morning, students. Now we will be learning about image formation by convex mirror. In this case, we will be learning in two situations the image formation or the ray diagram of by convex mirror in two situations. The first is when the object is at infinity. So let AB be the object, okay, placed at infinity. Then the ray of light parallel to the principal axis appear to meet at focus of the convex mirror after reflection. So you can just see that the ray of light from the object is parallel to the principal axis. It is a convex mirror, so it is getting diverged, and when they are getting appearing to meet at principal focus. So this is what is the position of the image. It is at focus F behind the mirror. What is the size of the mirror? It is a size of the image form that is highly diminished or point sized. And what is the nature? It is virtual and erect. Always remember, children, that convex mirror always forms virtual and erect image as well as diminished size image. Now let us see the second situation when the object is between infinity and pole of the mirror. So let AB be the object which is between infinity and pole of the mirror. Now we have learned that to find the ray diagram, to find out the image, we always take into consideration two rays. Okay. So here what first ray is parallel to the principal axis and it is appearing to pass through the principal focus after reflection. The second ray of light is inclined at the pole. So it is making equal angle, and after reflection, it is when you extend it backward, the two rays of light are getting intersected between P and F. What do you find? That the size of the image is again diminished, smaller than that of the object. Secondly, it is above the principal axis you are finding, so it is virtual and erect. And where is the position of the image? It is between P and F, size diminished, and nature virtual and erect. Now we will be learning to find out the uses of concave mirror. Now uses of concave mirror. Concave mirrors are used in torches, searchlights and vehicle headlights to get powerful parallel beams of light. Now what happens? Why are they used in vehicle headlights, searchlights or torches? Now what happens? A bulb is placed at the focus of a concave mirror. Suppose this is a bulb, okay, and suppose that this is a bulb. Now this bulb is placed at the focus of a concave mirror. This is a concave mirror. The beam of light from the bulb after reflecting, okay, from the concave mirror goes a parallel beam. So this parallel beam of light illuminates the road ahead of the vehicle. So this is why concave mirrors are commonly used. In the same thing is in the case of torches also. Okay. Then they are used as shaving mirrors and by dentists to see the large image of the larger images. Then they are used in solar furnaces. What happens when a parallel beam of light falls on a concave mirror or concave reflecting surfaces? This beam is brought to the focus of the concave mirror. As a result of this, the temperature of an object, suppose the container in the solar furnace, this is containing water, then placed at this focus increases. Hence the water in the container is heated or boiled. So concave mirrors these are the three uses of concave mirrors. Now what are the uses of convex mirrors? They are used as rear view mirrors in vehicles, enabling the driver to see the traffic behind him or her to facilitate safe driving. Now the question is, why are they used as rear view mirror? Now in that case, you will write down the answer that convex mirrors are preferred because they always give an erect and diminished image. Because they give an erect and diminished image, so they give a wider field of view. Okay, because they are curved outwards, so convex mirrors enable the driver to view much larger area than would be possible with a plane mirror. One thing also you must know, that a small convex mirror is fitted on the wall of the Agra fort. Why? To see the full length image of the Taj Mahal. Now let us discuss the question answers. Define the principal focus of a concave mirror. This I have already discussed with you in the notes given, so you don't need to write down that. Next question is, the radius of curvature of a spherical mirror is 20 centimeter. What is its focal length? Now what is the relation between, see here, the name of the mirror is not given, that whether it is a concave or a convex mirror. It is given a spherical mirror. And what is given? R is given. R is equal to 20 centimeter. And you have to find out F. What is the relation between F and R? That we all have learned, that R is equal to 2F, isn't it? Radius of curvature is equal to 2F. So F will be equal to R by 2, that is 10 centimeter. Third question, name a mirror that can give an erect and enlarged image of an object. Erect and enlarged. Children, we have studied all the three cases, concave, convex and plane mirror. In all the three cases, we used to get erect image. But when we studied about plane mirror gives an erect image but of the same size as that of the object. So it won't be a plane mirror. Then just now I told you that convex mirror always gives erect image, but the size of the image is always diminished, smaller than that of the object, always. So it cannot be a convex mirror, and there is one condition only when concave mirror gives an erect image, and that image is enlarged image. So which type of mirror is that? That is concave mirror. Next question, why do we prefer a convex mirror as a rear view mirror in vehicles? In that case, you will be writing the answer. Just now I explained you from here to here. Okay, convex mirrors are preferred till plane mirror. So you have to write down these questions. You have to draw the diagrams. Thank you.